career can certainly be now a very, very interesting choice of option that we have. In fact, when I started off my career as an entrepreneur, which is around 9 years back, I never knew about incubation centers. I never knew about there is something called a startup clubs or ED cells, which are available that will help us support, our business ideas. But something very interesting happened back in 2013 when I ended up having a discussion with a friend of mine over a cutting chai. So this was a conversation that we had about his team members who struggled in writing email. So basically, email writing, which might look very simple, his team would write wrong emails or incorrect spellings and things like instead of activity they wrote acidity, and instead of attaching the attachment they never would do so. So a lot of issues came up when it came to writing an email. Now, while we had this discussion over tea, he said that, Som, can you do a session for the participants, for his team? I said, well, I'll try, because it's not very difficult to teach email writing. He said, well, no, you need to come down and teach this to his team members. So that's how it all started. The first session was on as simple as writing emails. And from there onwards, I ended up doing sessions for different companies, and not just email writing, but we also did sessions on presentations. We did sessions on customer engagement, did sessions for companies like MapPro, for organizations like Tata Tel. There were several. There are more than 70 now. And while I was using a lot of PowerPoint presentations for this or making slides and notes, I thought it would be an interesting idea if we start using drama. So theater is something that we again use in our sessions. We want to make it as interesting as possible. Now what we've done is we've got down the number of slides that we make, and we make the sessions very interactive, especially when there is an opportunity to discuss issues like communication, leadership, on such matters. And I end up working with several B schools in and around Pune. So we started off on that note. Now, my question to everybody in the audience, the students, is that as an entrepreneur, what problems do I solve for my customers? As an entrepreneur, what problem do I solve for my customers? Now that you have a little idea of the trainings that I do, what is the issue that I solve? And you can put it in the chat window. You can mention it. Anybody? What problems? Or you can unmute yourself and also. What is the communication? Yes, Megha, thank you for answering. So communication challenges at workplace is what I solve. How they communicate with their team members or how they communicate with customers is the topic that we conduct in sessions. So that's a problem that we solve. Any other? How to reach out to the audience? Fantastic when it comes to presentation. Sustainable business? Yes. We talk about entrepreneurship. Any other? Okay. So basically what we are trying to do over here, yes, on customer service. The reason why I asked you this question is, what problem as an entrepreneur do I solve, is actually the crux of, being an entrepreneur. So if you look at any organization, if you look at any companies for that matter, you'll find that companies are basically solving people's problem, and they are getting paid for the services or products in return. So that is what essentially I would look at as being an entrepreneur. This is a very interesting concept that we discuss always in entrepreneurship. So when I look at the term entrepreneurship or an entrepreneur, it basically implies that there is some sort of a commercial activity. So there is some give and take that happens. In good old days, it was the barter system, but now we sell our products or services. In return, we get cash or profits that we'll call to run a business. And this entire activity or setup that we are doing is called as entrepreneurship. Now, the word entrepreneur, actually, if you try and search on internet, it derived from a French word, which actually means an activity that somebody would undertake, some kind of a project that a person takes. Now, if I look at my own idea of helping people with regards to their team members, when it comes to customer service or communication, or even like doing a session for students, I understand that, I'm solving a problem, but at the same time, I'm also trying to do something new, trying to innovate. Like we started off with PowerPoint presentations or slides or a lecture, but now we use a lot of very interactive methods like using theater, using drama, or using stories. Now, this essentially, I started off on the note of using stories also in our session, where I told you how I met a friend over a cutting chai. So I'm looking at several different aspects when it comes to entrepreneurship, is problem solving and also innovation, and that also at the same time. So this is what I look at entrepreneurship or being an entrepreneur. Now I have a couple of questions that I'd like to ask you all. The first question to all the students is, being an entrepreneur, has it anything to do with age of the person? Would age matter being an entrepreneur? Like this is the right age to become a... Okay, so Shubham says no. Okay, you can unmute yourself and also talk, so that's all. That's also fine. Okay, so many of us are saying no. All right, okay. Do I need a big office setup? Do I need a huge space now to run business? Do I need a huge office or a setup? No. Okay, all right, thanks for answering. Yes, Shubhangi also says no. Okay, that has nothing to do. All right, so we have now realized since the last 2 years that how businesses have changed, how the format, that is the hybrid format, has come. All right, okay. As an entrepreneur, do I need to do everything in that the business requires, right? From let's say from marketing to production to managing accounts to accounting. Do I have to, as an entrepreneur, do it, or can I outsource a part of my work as well? Do I need to learn everything, or can I outsource? Can I take help? Yes, you can outsource. Okay. Yes. Any other point? Do I need to learn everything, or is there support available? Basic knowledge, yes, is required. Rest can be outsourced. The core of your business is something that you can keep it to yourself. Rest you can collaborate with different people. There are people to help you with terms of digital marketing, people to help with your production, people to help with your logistics, and there are several different companies that have come forward to do so. Yes, you can certainly outsource. Okay. So how will I end up getting support when it comes to funds? If I have some idea, how do I manage my funds? What are the different options I can look at when it comes to money? Investors, okay. Any other? Bank loan, certainly that has been the so far the traditional way. Yes. So I can start off with a scratch. Yes, financial service providers. There are a lot of government schemes also, and I'm going to try and share those in our session today as we go further. So there are a lot of startup competitions also that are held now across our country, wherein if you have a business idea, you prepare a business plan and you take it forward to these startup competitions. And there are also at times some prize money that is there. There are also investors who are ready to invest in your idea. We also call something like a bootstrap startups, which are startups that the founder invests his own money. So initially you might need to do some sort of an investment wherein you start off with a very small amount, and funds and everything comes a little later, as long that will be only when you start thinking of this idea is actually going to work. So when you come to that stage, you can certainly start looking around for investors. And we hear several different aspects of how people are going about when it comes to investments and funds, fundraising as regards to a startup. So we've been talking about how different ideas can come up. What is essentially entrepreneurship is all about, that is, you are basically solving people's problem, and different notions around it, which is age has nothing to do. Then you don't require a huge space also. Then also you have funds in terms of support now available for funding. So this is what we've discussed so far. But I have a question to all the students, that besides money, besides the profit that we'll make as an entrepreneur, what are the other advantages that you can think of? What are the other advantages of being an entrepreneur besides money? Because I understand that essentially we are looking at profits, but any other reason why you would take up?
Be your own boss. No one has to.
Sorry, can you say that again a little loud?
I'm saying that being your own boss, no one will guide
Yes,
you or will say anything.
right. So you have the kind of freedom. Yes.
Yeah.
So you are your own boss. Fantastic. I have answers coming up. First mover advantage, if we have an innovative product, certainly the first mover advantage is there. While there are other advantages also if you come in second or third with your idea. So we will talk about that as well. Yes, you can also have global collaboration. You can work with different teams across globes. You can travel. Just to give you an idea, very recently there is something called as a work vacation, wherein if you have a laptop and if you have a good connectivity, your work involves majorly on laptop. You need not stay in your house. You can go to Ladakh, you can go to Kashmir, you can go to any other places in the country, and there are work vacations, kind of a setup that have been done. These are kind of a homestay or maybe some kind of hotels that they have come up with, where they allow entrepreneurs to come and sit and work. So you are working during daytime, and in the evening you do your sightseeing and you can become a traveler as well. So that's another option you can have as an entrepreneur. Yes, you are able to learn new things. Your leadership skills also are honed. At the same time, you also have the autonomy, which is what we've got an answer from. Yes, self-confidence, passive income, leadership, time management, and several things that we as an entrepreneur being an advantage. But let me quickly take you through some of the answers that I feel could also be added to our list. Freedom, that's what we've discussed. A lot of things that we can do where we have creativity, we are innovative, we can think. The sky's the limit. We can possibly come up with our own innovative ideas, products, services, and we get to choose. Isn't that interesting? The second thing which I feel is, because there's a lot of freedom, I'm able to be very creative. So I'm not saying that my previous organizations were not supportive. Yes, they were. But when I realized that when I'm working as an entrepreneur, I get to choose and design the way I want my products and services. Like I said, I started off with slides and I realized that it's a little boring. Why not I use something interesting like drama or use something like storytelling? So it becomes creative. You certainly can look at your products and be more creative. And while doing so, there's a lot of satisfaction that one gets as an entrepreneur, that you have created something, you have delivered, you are making money out of it. But at the same time, there's a lot of satisfaction when your customers that you have gone out and reached out and saying, okay, this is my product, and they have used it and they say give you a good feedback. That gives you a lot of satisfaction. At the same time, you get a chance to choose your teams. While in organizations, that's a little limited choice, wherein you conduct your interviews, and then many a times as a manager, you are told that this is a new member who's joined your team, or this is come member from another team and he's going to join your team, and you need to work with as a team together. But as an entrepreneur, you get to interview people, you get to meet several people, network. So that's another thing that you get. Yes, recognition is another part. At the same time, I believe that a lot of problems or challenges that we as society face is something that can also be solved through entrepreneurship, which is called as social entrepreneurship. So there are several types of entrepreneurship. One, an interesting one that you can certainly read, search online, social entrepreneurship, and you can write this down. The word is social entrepreneurship, and how people solve problems that are there. For example, problems related to traffic, problems related to environment. So I came across an interesting story where there is one student who came up with a product, an innovative product that actually cleans water, the river water that he's come up with his own kind of a bottle and a device wherein that device would filter the water and that becomes a drinkable water if he's traveling somewhere, things like that. So that's a very interesting. Another product I came across for people who love to trek. So they have their own backpacks, but many times they are not able to charge their phones because there's no network around, there's no power supply around. So at that time, he came up with some small solar panels that can be put on your back, on your bag. And as you walk, the solar, the panel charges up, and in the evening you can charge your phone. So different things that you can come up with. Also, you can solve a lot of society related problems like education. Come up with innovative ideas. Sitting here, how you can help students in far and remote places. So this is another interesting fact about being an entrepreneur. Gives you that kind of freedom and the space to work. Also, certainly, your dreams can turn into reality. That can also be possible even if you're an employed person. But these are a couple of things that come to my mind. Also, I have some answers I'm going to quickly read out. Flexibility, yes, but let me tell you, that's a little debatable, because I realized that being in a job, my work would start at 9 and end by 6. But now being an entrepreneur, at times I have to get up like 5 in the morning and catch a bus or a train or flight and go somewhere, come back late in the night. So it becomes a little chaotic. It's a little hectic schedule, which as an entrepreneur, if you're ready, you have signed up for it. You're also, yes, certainly creating impact and you get a recognition. Any other point? Certainly you can add in the chat window and we could discuss this as well. So we are looking beyond profits as of now. Okay, my next question to all the students is, what are the essential skills or qualities that an entrepreneur needs to be successful? So think, what is it that you would need besides a business idea, besides an idea? Is there any other skill or a quality that you would require in order to be successful? Okay, we're getting answers. Creative, yes, Megha, that's correct. Leadership, confident, okay. Communication, dedication to work, passion. You can unmute and answer as well. Okay, passion, problem solving, yes, certainly. That's, like I said, that's the crux. That's the very foundation of why you are turning into an entrepreneur. Management, business management skills, courage, confidence, risk-taking appetite. Do you think that's another point? Ability to take some risks. Business plan, yes, that's something that we'll create we'll talk about it at the end. Eager to learn, brilliant. I like this point. Chaitali has mentioned eager to learn. Research, yes, when we start off with our ideas, we'll have to research. Finance, yes, seeking finance is a skill that is required. All right. Okay, perseverance, situation management, planning. Okay, there are a lot of skills and qualities as an entrepreneur that is required. How about convincing people? Do you think that is another skill or a quality one needs to have? That I need to convince people of my ideas, my products or services, that this is what I'm coming up with, either to my investors, either to my customers, either to my own family, wherein, okay, this is an idea and your family may or may not be supportive of such ideas. To be mentally strong, yes, understanding market need. So if you realize, we've got a list of skills and qualities. I mean, if I just scroll back, around 10-15 of them. Do you think that you will have all these skills before you start off? Key that you'll be innovative, creative, finance management, mentally strong, communication. Do you think you'll have all those skills? The answer, okay, we're getting no, not necessarily all of them. Okay. Yes, certain things will be developed in the process as we go along. Brilliant. Yes. Comes with experience, right? Okay. Any other answer? How do we then acquire such skills? How do we learn? That's another question that we might have. कि skills, अभी सारे skills तो हमारे पास है नहीं. I don't have. I'm terrible at accounting. I can't handle the math of it. like debit credit is something that goes beyond. So I have to end up speaking to my chartered accountant that please help me with this. So that's one skill which I don't have. So essentially what I'm talking about is, as an entrepreneur, we identify an idea, we work around it, but at the same time, you also grow as an individual. So you learn all these things. So what we are talking about, leadership and all, in our journey, we learn. But now, thanks to ED Cell, thanks to Ravindra sir and the entire team who now works in the ED Cell, you have an incubation centers, you have support that is available, you have a platform now. So students, it's a brilliant time. It's the right time to, you can think of choosing entrepreneurship as a career, because there is some great support that is available. So during my time, that is around 9 years ago, when I started off, unfortunately, my family wasn't very supportive of this, because they felt, I had a job, I had a secured salary, every month's salary, RI, everything, PF gratuities in places. No, this is not the right thing that you're doing. You should seek for, another job. But while I was searching for a job, an opportunity like this, a training related sessions came up. So now that we've got a platform, I'm sure that we can make the best out of it and seek support and collaborate with each other. We can have our own student group and help each other in order to develop these skills. Okay, here's quickly taking you through some very interesting things that have happened so far in our country. Back in 1929, if my memory serves me right, I think Parle company, Parle Glucose, started off, is what I read on the internet. And now they have thousands of people working a Parle company. And then in 1930, around that time, Air India as an airline started. Somewhere in 1970, we had scooters coming in. So then, slowly manufacturing production started, and in our country, scooters, I'm not sure if you know this, but when the earlier two-wheelers and scooters would come in, you had a waiting period for 6 months to 2 years, 3 years. You had to wait for your, your number and your turn. But now if you look at, things have changed. You can go book, and then probably within a couple of days, you'll get your two-wheeler. And now thanks to electronic vehicles also, a lot of things have changed. Somewhere in 1995, your mobile network started, mobile phones, cell phones started in India. And you might have heard about this, but outgoing charge was something 16 rupees per minute, and incoming was around 8 rupees. If my father was one of the first few people in Pune who had a cell phone at that time, and incoming ka bhi charge tha us waqt. Now you have these unlimited packs, so there's a lot of change happening on that front. Somewhere in 2010 onwards, we had application-based, lot of technology-based, innovative startups coming up. You had, through an app, you could book a cab ride or an auto ride. And then in 2017, because a lot of online digital platforms started coming, we had an online learning, which started off. So if you look at back from 1929, and I'm sure before that also, a lot of companies, factories, and revolution did happen. But now, since till to 2021, so many things have changed, and how many businesses have come, and so much innovative products have come up. Right from your from your telephones to your handheld devices, and now you have so much interesting ways of learning online as well. We have now, with what I've read, we have around more than 40,000 startups registered in our country. So as a startup, you can also register your firm. And so far, there are more than 40,000 startups and more than 30 unicorn startups now. Now, when I say the word unicorn startups, these are startups which have a valuation of more than $1 billion. So that's the valuation. So these are so many startups that have come up so far. And especially in the last 2 years, you've noticed that a lot of innovative startups have come up, in the market. So like I said, we just, seeking, freedom and creativity. You're also contributing to the economy through taxes. You're also developing, a team, and you're giving them employment if you become an entrepreneur. I was reading a report which recently said that if you start your a shop, if you start a retail store, a dukan, you end up giving normally employment to, on an average, 3 people, because you'll have somebody who will work for you. your staff. Now that staff cannot work full day, so shift mein kaam karenge. You'll have somebody to help you clean the store and things like that. So you are actually giving out employment also. So from job seekers, employment seekers, to providing employment. So that's a thing that you could actually think of. So a couple of things, about how this entire setup happened. Now, here's a website that I normally refer to, and another very interesting point where what is the difference between startups and MSME? So there's a bit of difference, and I'm quickly take you through this. You can certainly go on our government website, msme.gov.in, which is you'll get the updated current information. But MSME stands for micro, small, medium enterprises. That is a business that you set up. So where if you're setting up a plant or a factory with some equipment, machinery with less than 1 crore of investment, and the turnover not exceeds 5 crore, then that comes under micro. So my company, as a learning and development firm, is a micro company. It's a micro based enterprise. So small and medium. So they've been defined in a particular way. So it's called as MSME. So when you start off, you need to understand what am I? Am I a MSME or am I a startup? So there's a difference in that. So when I talk about startups, startups have a particular definition which is given by the government. So startups are basically technology-based businesses. Okay, they are innovative in nature. Technology is a very fundamental aspect of the business. And if a company is, let's say, 25-year-old, can you call them startup? No. It is up to 10 years old. So a company which starts and within 10 years of their existence, they are called as a startup. 10 साल के बाद, that is not a startup anymore. Then it becomes a firm or a company. Earlier the age bracket or the duration was up to 7 years, and now it's increased to 10 years. So they keep changing this, so you can get the latest updated information on startupindia.gov.in, and I'll share those links also with sir, and you can take a look at it. So how you register also is mentioned over there. You can take help of your chartered accountant or the incubation center or the ED center and see what do you come under as. You can also apply for startup recognition also, the moment you think that this is a good idea that you can think of. Okay, so here's quickly sharing some very interesting stories. These have nothing to do with pharma or healthcare. These are very simple ideas. Something like best out of waste material that is accrued at home. Waste that is at home can be converted into beautiful artifacts. And this student did those and put it out on social media. And the tone jeans are also now being used to keep your mobile phones or your TV remote so that they are not lost. So they created some very interesting tools, artifacts out of this. And this student now takes classes. They teach, how you can use a bottle and, paint it, and some very interesting stuff that the student is doing. The other picture is of a home garden. This is an idea wherein the student came up with some the plants which are there in a balcony in your flats. Many times you end up forgetting to water them. So बहुत दिनों बाद अगर आपने उसको water नहीं किया, then they die away, they wither away. So then they are then given this. They were thinking of creating a device where they automatically are watered through a tank. So that is what their idea was, and they were working on it the last time when I spoke to them. On the left is a very interesting startup where they have this 3D customization thing of footwear. So if you want a footwear to be designed in a particular way, your chappals or your sandals or your shoes, they use 3D customization for that. On the right is a person who I know, Mr. Naik. He normally conducts some very interesting heritage walk near Alibag. So he thought of this idea where it's a beautiful village that he stays in. Why not talk about this village to the tourists that come over there? So, these are very small ideas, but they have generated employment out of them. They have generated a business out of these ideas. So ideas not necessarily mean they have to be big. They have to be very, very innovative, never heard before, anything like this. Very simple and things around us. So to have those ideas, to be innovative, you just need to keep your eyes and ears open. and keep observing things. So here's some of the very interesting things that we came across. Now, what has happened so far is the way things have been around the environment that we operate in since the last couple of years. We realize that a lot of things have changed. So the patterns are missing. Like there was a pattern that we used to go to college, but all of a sudden, because of what has happened since the last 2 years, that pattern is no longer there. We are staying at home and we are learning. At times we go to college. Some of us used to work from office. A cousin of mine used to go to office, and now the officers told him, "You'll never come to office again." So like they closed their division, and they are working from home forever now. So that has completely changed, his way of working. A lot of changes in the role also. So in terms of how as an entrepreneur also, you'll have to realize that you need to adapt as per the scenario. We are also working in an economy called as a gig economy, wherein especially freelance workers, people who don't have a full-time job, you can also work with them, collaborate with them. So entrepreneurs are somebody who take up assignments. There are also on that front, you can think of. So that's called as gig economy. And then we are also talking about changes that are happening globally are now impacting local. So you see those changes happening in our city, right at our doorstep. So wherein today you can order vegetables through an app. You can order your milk through an app. So the things which are there overseas, like using card was one time which was used overseas. Now we use our credit card or debit card. We also do cashless or these transfers through app, money transfers through app, and so on and so forth. So this is how things have evolved, and we are also experiencing the changes around us. So as an entrepreneur, I feel it's very important to keep our eyes and ears open. That's the idea. So now my question to all the students is, what challenges do we face as an entrepreneur? What do you think? What are the challenges that we will face going forward? So you can think and answer. What challenges do we face as an entrepreneur? Anybody would like to answer that? Failure, okay, that's one of the challenges. Yes. Crisis, financial crisis in particular, okay. Time management, yes. Competition, management crisis, okay. Choosing the idea, okay. Yes. Which business? What should I do? Lack of trust from end users, all right. We struggle, yes. Marketing strategy, okay. Problem analysis, yes. Capital, market changes, customer satisfaction, okay. Choose what to sell, yes. Many a times you've come across a company, startup company, doing so many things at a time. ये भी कर रहे, वो भी कर रहे, ये भी provide कर रहे, ये भी service. So they're all over the place. So then again, that creates a problem. Competition, yes. Budgets, another issue that we've talked about. Financial crisis also. Oh yes, cash flow management. Yes, Sakshi's got the right answer. She's saying cash flow management. How do you deal with customers who are yet to pay or on credit? So that's another issue. Yes, time management. So I'm going to share a couple of points while as you answer, a couple of challenges that we would normally face when we start off, when we think of ideas or we want to turn into an entrepreneur. The first and foremost is the lack of knowledge. Okay, so that's one thing. What opportunity do we have? Where do I get this information from? How do I seek information, or the source of information, or whether do I get the information, is that correct or not? Have you done your research or not? So there's a lot of lack of knowledge, what opportunities are available. But if you go on these websites, and there are several other sources also available, there are certain businesses that have been predefined. There's a list of them. So those will come, those are traditional businesses also that you can think of. But if you're thinking of a completely new idea or an innovative idea, you'll have to do your homework. So that's very essential. Many a times, a challenge to turn into an entrepreneur is, I feel job is much better and that's the reason why I'll go for that comfort, or I'll continue to do my job, and even if I have idea, I might not want to try it. So that could be a reason why people have this challenge where they would want to not go for entrepreneurship. I There is nothing like entrepreneurship is right and doing job is wrong. There's nothing like that. Both have their own merits, and it purely also depends on whether the individual finds entrepreneurship interesting as a career, because we are talking about career which is not a destination but it's a journey. Okay, so it's not that you're going to go become an entrepreneur and stop. It's an ongoing process. It's a journey that you have set up. It's like an expedition that you are, it's like going on a trek where there are a lot. It's an interesting trek. It's a nice weather, but there are a lot of hurdles also you need to cross. Financial constraints, we've talked about it a little bit. Many a times your family members might not be ready for this, because I have noticed, especially with students, is it's very important to share the information that you have about an idea with your family members, because they are the ones who will support you. But it's not just information, it's trying to make them understand, okay, what exactly this is all about. I want to start something. Now when they ask you, "Okay, what is the idea?" "Nahi, pata nahi, I just have some idea." That will not work. You'll have to actually prepare a file, you'll have to sit down, you'll have to do your homework thoroughly, and then actually go and speak to your family members also, if you have an idea and you wish to speak to them. So then, in spite of all this, let's say, how do I get the right set of training? Because that again is very essential. So like I said, we have our own ED cell, we have our startup clubs, we have incubation centers that can help you, give you the guidance and training. And they are spread across India. In our own institute, we'll have one. So these are the challenges that we get while doing this. Okay, now comes the interesting part of today's session. I would want all the students to take a pen and paper in their hand. Please use pen and paper, and I want you to choose any one topic, any one domain from this: एग्रीकल्चर, हेल्थ, रूरल इंडिया, ट्रैफिक, एनवायरमेंट, टूरिज्म, जो भी आपके स्क्रीन में जो भी एक टॉपिक आपको चूज करना है. ओके, प्लीज राइट डाउन दैट टॉपिक, whatever interests you, please write it down. And I want you to write down the problems people face in that particular domain. For example, traffic. टू व्हीलर का ट्रैफिक प्रॉब्लम है, या कार पार्किंग का इश्यू होता है, that is a traffic issue that I face. Or let's say at the signal, I have to wait for a very long time. So these are the problems that one face. Environment related problems, employment related problems. Any topic you choose, I want you to write down a couple of problems people face from that particular domain, and I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write it down. So the time is 12:15 now, if that's correct. I'm going to take 2 minutes, give you 2 minutes to write down, and then we'll have a discussion. So we'll again talk about these problems and think of solutions as well. Understood? Any questions here? Anybody? Any doubts? क्या करना है? क्या activity है? Topic है. Choose the topic that interests you. Write down problems in that particular domain. Health related problems, tourism related problems, water related problems, agriculture related, pharma related problems, healthcare related problems in that particular sector. Write down a couple of problems, and then we'll have a discussion. 2 minutes. Your time starts now. Okay, we started getting some answers here. Problems that vehicle surface gets very hot in sunshine. Okay, that's an interesting. Yeah, even my car ends up getting very hot. Fantastic problems that you have found out. Any other? Okay, Shubham's got agriculture related. Then we have water related problems also, water pollution, pesticides, industrialization, irrigation. Okay, loss of land to natural disaster. Yes, very recent times we've come across several instances. हेल्थ. ओके, हेल्थ म्हटल्यानंतर नुसतं हेल्थ नाही लिहायचं, हेल्थ मधले प्रॉब्लेम सांगा. उदाहरणार्थ मेडिसिन्स मिळत नाहीत किंवा असं काही एखादा lack. Okay, water, lack of fresh water. Okay, air pollution. Okay, correct. 1 minute you have still. You still have 1 more minute. एक मिनिट आहे. Last 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds we have. And then we'll talk about how these particular problems can then be converted into. Okay, 1 second. Okay. All right. I have here a list. I'm just going to read out some answers now, and we'll take a look at what these problems are. We'll start with the first one. This is about vehicle surface getting very hot in sunshine. Okay, so my question to this is, what is the solution? Start thinking of solution. Can you come up with any product or device that will keep the surface cool? Or if it's a car, the car roof will cool, and so simultaneously the, once you get in the car, especially if you've parked it in in a very hot, let's say out in the open, it gets very hot. So Ashavis, if there's anything on the surface that we can come up with that will keep the car cool. Okay, so there's water, waste pollution, river pollution. Can we do something about it? Can there be some form of a way to stop that will filter, that will take away these, stop these polluting material into the river? Okay. Health made depression is one problem that is stated. So what is the solution for it? What can we do? What are the different ideas that you can come up with? Vision related problems. Yes. What are the ideas then you can come up with? So for example, nowadays mobile addiction is becoming a bit of a concern. So can you as students come up with ideas that will make people aware and refrain them from using excessive phones? We are getting a very interesting. Okay, so FASTag inefficient scanning at toll. All right, that's another problem. Yes. So how do we solve this? Sleeping disorder. So what we essentially are talking about is problem. We are now moving from problem to solutions. Now you come up with the solutions for the problems that you have shared. Again, I'll give you 1 minute. Think and answer. Think and answer. कि तुमचे जे problems आहेत, what are the solutions for it? Okay, so there's one coming up. Literacy leading to farmers using outdated method of cultivation. You mean farmers are not aware of the modern tools and techniques? Maybe is what I understand. Kunal, is that correct? They're still using the age-old traditional methods. Is that right, Kunal? Okay. So Kunal, can you come up with some ideas? What do we do then? How do we make our farmers aware that these are the right methods, or this is the latest that goes on? Can you form a specialist club? Maybe think of such ideas where this is the platform through which you can tell all the farmers of the latest tools and techniques, and they can use it in their making them aware of about modern tools. Okay. So we are talking about problems. First, हमने problem के बारे में बात किया. Now we are talking about solutions as well. Now, any other problems that our students have mentioned and solutions for it? Think and answer. For example, Anjali has mentioned water. The problem, people can't get enough to drink. So how do we solve that? How do we solve that? Think of it. Two-wheeler का जो हमने discuss किया starting में, vehicle surface gets hot in sunshine. How do we solve this then? Water harvesting. Okay. How? Can you come up with some innovative ideas in that? Vertical farming. Okay. There is also, I came up very recently, and sure you students can answer that. Soilless farming, no soil, but still you're able to grow plants or flowers in that, things like that. So soilless, I came across very interesting concept recently. No soil, but still you're able to grow. Traffic problems, but then that's a problem. You need to tell us a solution for that. Now we are coming to solutions. Okay, so land tenure system and low cropping intensity. Okay, this is the problem. Aap think कीजिए, Kunal, and think about the solution. What can we do then? What are the ideas that come to your mind? Okay, so what basically we are talking, yes, plant more trees and agriculture, recycle water, yes. So we'll have to start, if you're talking about recycling water, then there has to be a device, there has to be some method, process, product. Can we use the water from our own houses? Can we recycle and use it again for other purposes without the water leading outside anyway? Like घर के अंदर ही वो हम उसको recycle करें. Can you think of such innovative products or tools? Can we use a paint which is sunlight reflecting? I'm not the subject matter expert, but you could certainly find out more info on that. Seek more information. Okay. So first हमने क्या discuss किया? All right. So now that we are using this method of finding out problems sector-wise, domain-wise, we are now talking about the solutions also. So then we start brainstorming, we start thinking, and we start writing down different ideas that come to your mind. My another suggestion to all the students is, please keep a small pocket diary, a chota sa notebook type with you all the time. Any idea that comes to your mind, write it down. Write it down. Don't yaad nahi rahega. Write it down so that you will get more ideas. So you can make a list. You can brainstorm with each other and think, can I make a product? Can I create with some services? I'll give you a very simple example. I love having plants in my balcony. My balcony is very small, and I love having these very small plants and pots and things like that. But trust me, I don't know anything about it. I just go to the nursery and then I buy, ha, ye acha hai, wo acha, ha, ye de do, do char leke aaye, and I keep it, I water it. But beyond that, I don't have knowledge about it. Which plants do I need to have? What is this? Do I need to keep changing its soil? Do I need to water it? How much do I need to water? Can I keep some plants inside? So I don't know information. So this is a problem. Many a times I see good plants with nice flowers in a nursery, and when I get it home, it doesn't work. It dies. So what did I do wrong? So this is a problem as a flat owner I face. Now, can you think about a solution for it? Can I come up with some product or a service that helps me on a regular basis, on a monthly basis, somebody to guide me to do to manage my flat garden? I don't know what you call it, but how do I manage these small plants in my own house, in my residential flat? So think of an idea, and then when you come up with idea, you start finding out more information about it. You start inventing, you start talking about, okay, so this is what I'm going to innovate or come up with something new. So we're talking about problems, we are talking about solutions, and when we do so, we have used the word innovation very often in our session today. You need to be innovative, but there's a difference between innovation and invention. So invention is something that you discover for the first time. Invented, phone was invented, right? Car was invented, cycle was invented, the wheel was invented. Invention first time हुआ, discover हुआ, पहले नहीं था. But now innovation is nothing but it is a continuous innovation, a practice which ends up adding more value. It becomes more simplified, it becomes easier for people to use. So phone was invented, but invention ke baad, there are so many changes and updates that have happened. Now you have phones that you can see through, talk to, video call, you can send messages, files, documents through your phone. There's a lot of innovation that has happened. So that's a basic difference. So when you're thinking about problems and solutions, think on those lines also. कि इसमें already ये कोई काम कर रहा है तो what is the product or service? What is an innovative way that you can do further on this? Okay, all right. Just a quick question. I'd like to ask Ravindra sir. Sir, can I take 5-10 minutes more? Is that okay?
Yes, yes.
Because it's 12:30, so I just wanted to, if that's okay, students, if that's okay with everyone, just 5 more minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. We can continue.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So, all right. So you can have your phones with you ready. Another activity, quick. I want you to search startups in pharma and healthcare sector. Find them out. Find out what they are doing. You can just type this, which are the latest startups in pharma and healthcare sector in India or otherwise also. And you'll get a list and try and find out what they are doing. This is an activity that you can try finding out. If you do it now, you'll quickly get a list, whole list, and what they are doing. So can any 1 or 2 students quickly share any examples that they are aware of, or if they found out, they can put it in the chat window. If you can just search on your phone, any latest startups in pharma and healthcare sector, any examples if you can share.
Pharmacy.
Yes. Yes, would you like to share?
Pharmacy.
Pharmacy, okay. What do they do?
They sell all the pharmaceuticals online.
Online. What is the problem they are solving?
As their ad represents the discomfort of the patient going one medical store to another, searching for medicines.
Correct.
They can.
Yes, absolutely right. So instead of going out in the market from one medical store to the other, यहाँ पे मिल रहा है या नहीं मिल रहा है, I can just go on the app and search and get it home delivered also. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for answering this. I want all the students now, as a homework, as an activity, to find out a list of startups in their sector, in the subject that they are studying. And once you read the information about that startup, understand what problem they are solving. because essentially all the companies here, right from your mobile network companies to your food, home delivered food apps, all of them are solving some problem or the other. Even if you think of the traditional businesses that are there, as simple as a hotel that you go and eat, that is also solving a problem, right? I mean, so you're traveling somewhere and you're hungry, you go and find a restaurant and you have food there. So it's nothing but it's solving a problem and you're paying for it. So whenever you study now about entrepreneurship, find out info, find out what problem they're solving, find out what solution that they have come up with, what different innovative way that they have used, so that will start, you start thinking like an entrepreneur, you start working in that particular direction. So a couple of things which I have found out, and I'm not like I said, I don't come from your sector, but medicines that are home delivered or tracking your health on the phone is these days, again, many people do that. Monitoring your farming activities on the phone. So that's another, I came across very recently an interesting startup. They monitor, they send reports to the farmers and things like that. Different labs that are connected via software to the hospital. So I don't need to go to the lab every time to get a report and then go to the doctor. They come up with some startup ideas. Medical documents put through an app, or the doctor's appointment, we know this now, can also be done through an application. So it's become very interesting way of using technology. You can solve people's problem, and you can think of business ideas, and you can think of your own career in entrepreneurship as well. So quick steps how to start. I'm sure we can have a detailed session on this, but initially, whenever you think of an idea, that is the problem that you will be solving, do some market research, find out information about your customer, who your customer is, what product they're using now, is this available or not, who are your competitors in this particular domain. Then we talk about model, prototype that we create, we try and test it and then we also look at, once you think yes, we are capable enough to go to the next level, then comes the funds, the investments that we talked about, and then we start thinking about how to have more people in our team, the hiring process and things like that. So it's a step-by-step process. Also, you can think of in a startup. It's a little, at times it gets a little crazy. Also, it's not as streamlined or step-by-step wise. At times there are a lot of changes that go up in a startup life, but it's a very interesting and a very career that we have. Here are some of the websites that I follow individually. So I'm going to share this link again with sir as well. Very interesting. DD Doordarshan channel, news channel, has a startup champions karke program aata hai. Usme they invite a lot of startups to talk, and these are entrepreneurs. They talk about their ideas. It's there on YouTube as well. You can check it out. Also, there are different courses regarding funds. Also, there is seedfunds.startupindia.gov. There's also an online course about startup that you can access. I'm sure our own ED cell is there to support our own ideas. So if you have an idea, write it down, work on it, and you can take it to Ravindra sir, and you can certainly discuss these ideas. And then you start preparing a business plan. We'll talk about much more in detail in some other session on the business plan. But here's how you can start. It's like a homework. It's like a guide for us. And then if you have any questions regarding entrepreneurship or startup, you can certainly put it across. You can unmute and ask, or you can put it in the chat window as well. But let me tell you, we are talking about career in entrepreneurship and innovation. A career is, like I say, it's not a milestone or it's not a destination. It's a journey. And being an entrepreneur, I have had several such experiences, right from not knowing which product or service to offer, to customers not paying on time, to appreciation from customers, to also some very strong feedback that this has to improve in our services. So it's a journey. It's an experience being an entrepreneur. So if anybody of you would like to ask me questions, we can certainly do it now. the last couple of minutes we'll have now for this discussion. Any questions, anybody, any students would like to ask?
Yes, students can unmute and ask the questions.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you so much, Mr. Soham Dadakar, sir, for us in the topic entrepreneurship and innovation as career opportunity. And now we'll move on to our question and answer session. If participants have any questions related to this topic, you can unmute yourself and ask your question, as well as you can put in your chat box. So we will discuss it now.
So by the time we have one question, can we ask that?
Sure.
Yes. So there is always debate in the young generation's mind in between jobs and startups. So is there any stepwise entry in the startups, like they can first take a part-time startup and job, and then slowly when they find now they can jump and take the risk into the startup? Is that way possible?
See, there is no golden rule or a formula that 2 + 2 = 4 in startups, so or career wise also. I have seen many people now, students especially, who didn't take up jobs and ventured in their own startup. They had their own ideas and they were confident enough, and they have started doing well in their startup. So like, I'll give you an example. There's one student of mine, she a mechanical engineer. She came up with a device, a robot, which cleans pipes automatically, and industrial pipes, by the way. So she's working on that idea, and very interesting, but she doesn't have a job experience. If students are not confident at the beginning, they can take up a job, they can work, and then simultaneously, once they get a little of experience, then they can think of venturing into a startup. They can simultaneously keep doing their homework. They can build their capital also if required. But how many years to take up a job? 5 varsha karaycha ka 2 varsha? There's no answer to that. I mean, that's a very individual. But I feel very strong support now EDCell has to offer. So how many years is the course? Let's say 3 years graduation or 2 years post graduation. Day one, when they join the college, they'll have 2 years or 3 years with them. Then why not work with the incubation center or EDCell? And after 3 years, they feel, no, this is not a good idea. They can go for placements. I mean, I can certainly, you can think of plan B if they think in that manner. Okay, we're getting some questions. Is there any platform for collaboration with our innovative ideas? So there are different platforms or startup clubs that are there. You can Google this. But if you're talking about your own college, I would suggest you can reach out to sir about this particular. There are associations, industry associations. I'd suggest you can reach out to them also. For example, simple HR industry associations are there. HR associations are there. You can reach out to them. There are hackathons. There are startup competitions. Sector-wise at times, also, and you can search. Sorry, I don't have ready-made answer for that, because as an entrepreneur, I believe go search your own information. That will help. That will prepare you. How to know whether there is a saturation in certain field or not in respect to business? For God, okay. It's very. Let me give you an example. To answer this question of Sudhanshu, whether there is a saturation in certain field, let me give you an example of last 2 years, what has happened. In the last 2 years, you will notice that after the lockdown, there are several food retail stores that have opened in your area. Probably my area, there are 12 of them. In that one lane where I stay, there are 12 new shops that have opened, which are only food, selling food products. And I believe in a very small space, then it becomes saturation. But it depends on your idea. Are you going to work in a lane, your idea, or are you going to reach out to more wider audience? Are you going to do it city-wise, state-wise? you'll have to do a little bit of homework. And again, like I said, no answer, yes or no answer to that. Homework will give you rather much more clarity whether you would want to continue or not. Another example, travel is one sector where a lot of travel agencies are there. In probably in Pune, there are more than 500 or 600 travel agencies. But that doesn't stop anybody from opening a new one. In the last 6 months, there are many new travel agencies that have opened up. So it purely depends on how the homework that you do. Okay, so good afternoon, sir. We are from pharma background, but if our idea is more into technical and software based, what should be our approach? Okay. Is your software related to the pharma services, or it has any connection with pharma? Does your software solve pharmaceutical problems or challenges in that domain? And if you don't know much about software related, one is get yourself knowledge, or two is to collaborate with your friends, students who are studying in the same college, who are into software development or engineers. You can reach out to them. App developers, you can reach out and you can design. So I have a relative who is a farmer who conducts support services for farmers. Is not from software background, but hired software services, hired people who develop apps. So you can certainly collaborate on that.